Mike Welsch coming to you from a very sunny Del Mar this morning. A little chilly again this morning with the Daily Racing Form Breeders' Cup Workout Report brought to you by Spendthrift Farm. Things got a little busier this morning, and once I got a chance to see everybody on the track today, a little better than yesterday. It is quite dark here in the morning when they open up at 5:30, not till almost 7 o'clock. But saw a lot of Breeders' Cup horses I didn't even know were here yet, and a lot more than I thought. Still only a couple of workers. We're going to start really getting into the Breeders' Cup workouts tomorrow with a flurry of them. But a lot of action today, and a lot of horses that caught my eye, too, I thought worth mentioning. We'll start with the two workers this morning. They were the two Japanese horses, Love's Only You, who was, I think, a key contender in the filly and mare turf, and her stablemate March Lorraine, who's a decided outsider in the distaff. And from their works, those statements would make sense. And Love's Only You, I thought, was really good this morning. Very turfy moving, very turfy action, as you would expect from a horse that's a turf specialist, but particularly grassy action, up and down action. But she certainly worked terrific over the main track today. She went off slow. I took her from the half-mile pole. I think the official workout was 5/8, but she really left the half-mile pole, went 26 for the first quarter, and then came home in 22-4 on my watch. And I looked down, I couldn't believe it. She didn't look like she was going that fast. She did it pretty easily, galloped out in 102-1. But I thought this was a good, encouraging move, and I think she's got a good shot at maybe a bit of a price. She might be overlooked a little bit in the filly and mare turf. March Lorraine, on the other hand, not a pretty mover over the main track. Even though she runs on the main track, her action still nothing to write home about, that's for sure. And she went a half mile, the last half anyway, in 51-1. Not very impressive here. And she's going to probably be the longest shot on the board behind Letruska in the distaff. And speaking of Letruska, she's one of the horses on my list that I mentioned earlier that really caught my eye this morning. Yesterday, she only ponied. She did not gallop yesterday. I think I mentioned it. I think it was a factor more of her trainer, Fausto Gutierrez, had to leave here early, so he just sent her out earlier than usual to pony. But today, back at a regular time at 9:15 with exercise rider Roger Horgan aboard. She came to the paddock first to school a little bit, then went out on the track, and she looked great today. Very happy, very relaxed. She galloped just under a mile and a half and did it just, like I said, just looking terrific out there. Her ears were up as she came by the wire. I just thought it was a very good morning for Letruska, and she's scheduled to have her final Breeders' Cup work here about the same time, 9:15 tomorrow morning, I think an easy half mile. Right before her, Art Collector came out, and I thought Art Collector just looked phenomenal today. He looked great yesterday. I thought he looked even better today. Neck bowed, going around there. Pretty energetic, but not over the top for sure. It was a great day for Art Collector, and I look forward to seeing him. I think he's going to be a little bit of price horse in the Classic, and one I'm definitely going to have on my ticket off of what I saw today. He's scheduled for one more work here. Not sure if it's going to be tomorrow or Sunday, but eager to see how he performs out there when he breezes. Hot Rod Charlie, the typical Doug O'Neill kind of 2-minute licking out there out in the middle of the racetrack. He was full of energy today. Another good day for him. He is definitely scheduled to work here tomorrow, I believe at 7:45 for Doug O'Neill. Another Doug O'Neill horse in that same style where they kind of open gallop pretty good once they hit the top of the second turn and come through the stretch was McKinnon, who's going to run in the juvenile turf, and she ran right by he ran right by Bella Sophia, who had just kind of a leisurely gallop today. I thought she might work here today since she worked last week on Friday, but I'm going to guess now she just had a regular gallop today. She will breeze here tomorrow. Also on my list this morning, very early this morning, going to Vegas in the dark. Hard to see out there. There's not very good lighting here before the sun comes up, but this one was easy to catch because he was full of run. She was full of run. She had the rider all he could do to keep her from actually getting away from him this morning. And she's also in what is going to be a very competitive filly and mare turf. Clairiere and Horologist, who will try to upset Letruska in the distaff are out simultaneously working at the same time today, one behind the other. Clariere looking good again this morning. Went back and looked at a couple of her works on tape, both times with Max Player at Santa Anita, and she got the better of Max Player both times, considerably better in her most recent work. So she's one you might look at if you're leaning, trying somehow to beat Letruska. Maybe Clariere is the one for you. Also, I got my first look at Aloha West today. I think Aloha West is a sneaky player in the sprint, especially if he can get some pace help up front. Just had an easy gallop this morning. Looking forward to him doing a little bit more over the next couple of days. Now, over at Santa Anita this morning, several works over there. One I got to see on tape, courtesy of TVG, was Medina Spirit. I got to see the last 3/8 of a mile. I had him in 34 and 4 coming down the lane, working with his regular workmate, a very good workhorse, Axeman. Watched the tape of these two work last week. Axeman was all out to try to keep pace with an easygoing Medina Spirit to finish. Today, I thought Axeman and Medina Spirit were both going very easily. Axeman certainly kept pace with him, going easier today. And going out into the turn, Medina Spirit did have to be asked a little bit. Both of them going out in 12 and change, a final eighth of a mile on the gallop out, but Medina Spirit under a little bit more pressure. And Jay Privman was down there at Santa Anita today. He'll have a full account of Medina Spirit's work a little later today at DRF.com. Also, as I mentioned yesterday, a very busy morning at Belmont Park today. About 20 workers, a lot for Chad Brown, a lot for Todd Pletcher, including Life is Good and some of the other big names that we are expecting to see here in the coming days. Dave Grenning will be reporting that on DRF.com as well. So tomorrow the action's going to pick up here at Del Mar. Plenty of workouts still to come on site here and around the country. We've got clockers at all the major centers for our DRF Breeders' Cup workout report, which will be coming along on Friday and Saturday. So don't miss any of this. Stick right here, DRF.com, for the best coverage of Breeders' Cup 2021.